In 2023, Pennsylvania witnessed a shocking 20% surge in its homeless population, bringing the total to an alarming 85,141 individuals. This represents a 65% increase since 2013, underscoring a troubling upward trend. This year, Pennsylvania ranked 8th nationwide for its homeless population, a 33% rise compared to just 4 years earlier. The 2022 point-in-time count by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development revealed that Pennsylvania has the 10th highest percentage of unsheltered homeless people in the country, with over half 59.9% living without shelter. This marks a 24% increase since 2020, highlighting the growing severity of the issue. Philadelphia County, home to Philadelphia, is particularly hard hit. A 2023 report from the county estimated that 45,115 people experience homelessness on any given night, with nearly 58% unsheltered. This equates to about 35,085 individuals living on the streets, in cars, or in other precarious conditions. World Population Review's 2024 estimates indicate that Pennsylvania has approximately 19,371 chronically homeless individuals, making up roughly 21.6% of the state's homeless population. In 2018, Pennsylvania had 6,158 chronically homeless people, which was 16% of the homeless population at that time, suggesting a significant increase in recent years. Child homelessness is a pressing issue in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Office of Homeless Youth reports nearly 12,000 child experiencing homelessness annually. Pennsylvania's high refugee resettlement rate adds to the strain on affordable housing. According to the Pew Research Center, Pennsylvania's undocumented immigrant population was estimated at around 669,700 in 2021. This number has grown significantly over time, from 13,000 in 1990 to 210,000 by 2005. Asylum seekers face prolonged waits for case decisions and restrictions on employment and benefits, increasing their risk of homelessness. The cost of homelessness in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has taken significant steps to address the issue of homelessness through various programs and initiatives. The 2023-24 budget allocated over $1.8 billion for housing and homelessness initiative. Previously, the 2021-22 state budget dedicated $1.6 billion to homelessness initiatives. However, questions about the effectiveness of this spending have emerged. The Pennsylvania Interagency Council on Homelessness disclosed that between 2018 and 2021, the state spent $4 billion on homelessness with limited success. The cost of inaction is also significant. Estimates suggest that ending homelessness in Pennsylvania by 2035 could require an investment of $25 billion over a dozen years. Over the past 4 years, Pennsylvania has spent a staggering $4.9 billion trying to combat homelessness. Nearly $3.5 billion was allocated to local governments for anti-homelessness initiatives, while $1.5 billion funded various homeless programs, which also supports local governments. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Allentown have made substantial efforts to address this complex issue, each dedicating significant resources. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh each spend over $900 million annually, while Harrisburg dedicates hundreds of millions. These funds address a wide range of needs, from providing basic necessities like food and sanitation to more comprehensive support services. Here's a list of the 3 most homeless cities in Pennsylvania. 3. Allentown. In 2022 point-in-time count revealed a troubling reality for Allentown. The number of people struggling with homelessness has surged to 14,051. This represents a disheartening 27% increase since 2018. Of these, over 7,750 individuals are living without shelter, either on the streets or in makeshift accommodations. Allentown now holds the dubious distinction of having the highest homelessness rate in the nation, with 958 people per 10,000 residents, a stark 32% rise in just 5 years. Compounding the issue, Pew Research Center estimates that Allentown's undocumented immigrant population reached around 16,000 in 2023. This influx has placed additional strain on already overburdened resources for the homeless. 2. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is grappling with a daunting and increasingly urgent crisis: a significant rise in homelessness. The 2023 point-in-time count reveals that a staggering 17,390 individuals are now homeless in the city, a troubling 22% increase from the previous year. This surge underscores the pressing need for effective, comprehensive strategies to address this multifaceted issue. The Pitt count paints a detailed picture of Pittsburgh's homeless landscape. Out of the 17,390 individuals identified, more than half, 7,035 people, are housed in emergency shelters or transitional accommodations. However, a significant 9,155 individuals are living in more dire circumstances, facing life on the streets, in vehicles, or in other unstable conditions. The gender disparity within Pittsburgh's homeless population is striking. Men make up 67% of the total homeless count, with nearly 40% of men living unsheltered compared to 30% of women. This difference highlights a critical aspect of the crisis that needs targeted attention. Single adults represent the majority of those experiencing homelessness, constituting around 70% of the total population. However, the 2023 count also reveals a worrying increase in homelessness among families. Alarmingly, 35% of homeless households include children, underscoring the severe impact on vulnerable families. 1. Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, a city renowned for its progressive spirit and vibrant culture, the homeless population has reached a troubling milestone. Recent data from the point-in-time count reveals a staggering total of approximately 31,000 homeless individuals in the city. Of this number, around 21,178 people are living unsheltered on the streets, while 9,173 find temporary refuge in emergency shelters or transitional housing. These figures underscore a significant and alarming trend that reflects a broader issue seen throughout Pennsylvania and across the United States, where over 2 million people are currently experiencing homelessness. The Philadelphia Family Foundation sheds light on another dimension of this issue. The city is home to approximately 154,342 immigrants from a wide array of countries. These newcomers often face a unique set of challenges, including economic instability and a lack of access to supportive services, which can exacerbate their vulnerability to homelessness. The demographics of homelessness in Pennsylvania. When it comes to homelessness in Pennsylvania, the statistics reveal a sobering story of disparity and challenge. Black Pennsylvanians, despite making up only around 12.7% of the state's population, face severe inequities. They represent more than 35% of those seeking aid from homeless services for the fiscal year 2022-2023, illustrating a stark imbalance in support and access. On the other hand, white and Asian American Pennsylvanians are underrepresented among the homeless, with white homelessness estimated at about 20% of the total. This disparity hints at varying underlying issues and potential differences in access to resources. Latinx communities are similarly affected, with a particularly troubling rise in homelessness. Between 2020 and 2022, the number of unhoused Latinx Pennsylvanians surged by 23%. A sharp increase compared to the 10% rise across the overall homeless population. The homeless population is predominantly composed of single adults, who account for roughly 70% of those without homes. Families with children, while constituting a smaller fraction, make up around 17% of the homeless demographic. Age also plays a crucial role in the homelessness crisis. Over 43% of individuals in adult-only households experiencing homelessness are over 50 years old. This demographic often grapples with financial instability and health issues later in life, resulting in diminished support systems and fewer safety nets. The streets of Philadelphia. The city that prides itself on its spirit of camaraderie and warmth offered little solace to Anya. A mere child, her world had imploded, leaving her adrift in the unforgiving concrete jungle of Philadelphia. Her days were a stark contrast to the dreams that once painted her nights. Now, instead of fairy tales and sweet slumber, Her reality was the harsh symphony of city traffic, the biting chill of winter nights, and the gnawing pang of hunger. Once, Anya had known the comfort of a home, the safety of a family. But life, with its cruel twists, had snatched those away. A fire, a merciless blaze that consumed not just their house but also their hopes, had left them destitute. Her parents, overwhelmed by grief and loss, had found solace in the temporary oblivion of addiction, leaving Anya to fend for herself on the treacherous streets. Days blurred into nights, a monotonous cycle of survival. Her small frame, once clothed in soft pastels, was now wrapped in layers of worn-out garments, offering scant protection from the elements. Sleep was a luxury, snatched in fleeting moments between the honking cars and the indifferent foot traffic. Her meals were the scraps of kindness from strangers, the occasional stale bread, or the cold remnants of fast food discarded in trash cans. Yet, in the depths of this despair, Anya clung to a flicker of hope. She would often sit on the steps of the library, devouring books with a voracity that belied her circumstances. The worlds within those pages offered an escape, a realm where she could be someone else, someone with a home, a family, and a future. These stolen moments of intellectual indulgence were her sanctuary, a place where she could rebuild her shattered spirit. Her story is a stark reflection of a city's underbelly, a narrative that speaks of the fragility of human existence.